Hey, it's Dr. Bryan from Lighthouse Education Consultants here with the kindergarten needed skills. We're going to put up together a couple other of these needed skills. So this one's kind of going to be an overview. We're going to talk about more skills that students need. When you get a chance, please click on the link below, join our email list. You get a lot of free stuff by doing that. So kindergarten needed skills, what are we talking about? Well, first thing they're going to need is time management. And at the young age, and we see this all the time, is they get lost in time. 15 minutes becomes 20 minutes. They're out doing stuff. They don't, know that, I'm supposed to do stuff. So you have to teach them how to turn things in on time. Hey, this is responsible this day. And one of the things we do when we talk with parents of kindergartens, we develop a seminar that shows them how you do calendar development. And you sit down with them on Sundays and walk through the process of, hey, you know what? We know you've got school these days. You know you're going to have homework these days from school. And then maybe you got a sporting event or an extracurricular activity that you're going to do. So they start looking at the calendar. I've got to get things done so I can do all this other stuff. Organization is another one. And not losing stuff. And if your child is like mine, I joke about this. When he comes home, he has a folder. When we look down through the folder, a lot of times it's work he's been doing at school. But it's all the forms that he's supposed to fill out, picture forms. They're doing a raffle right now. It's all that stuff. So you got to know where it is because you can't lose it. You need to have a place at home and at school where you set aside these items. And one of these places is going to be their study area, where they're doing their homework at, where they're working on their stuff. And my son's in a kindergarten class where they do 10 minutes of reading every day. And he has his books he has to read, and he sits in his chair and he does it. And that's his schoolwork area at home. And he knows this is the area I do for my schoolwork. Nothing else gets done there. But he also knows that when he gets to school, everything has a place at school. He has a cubby. He has a cubby with his desk with everything in it. But then he has another place to hang up his book bag or his jacket, whatever the case may be. So you got to keep him good and organized at this age. Motivation. School's important. It should not only be fun, but they need to be learning stuff. And school should be a priority for them. And sometimes at 5 years old, it's not a priority. They're still wanting to rip and run and play. And you kind of have to get them in the mindset. And it's talking to them every day. Hey, I want you as a parent for you to do well, son or daughter. And that's kind of the conversation you've got to have with the children. You've got to have them wanting to learn. And you'll notice the kids who really want to learn, they start asking a lot of questions because that's what becomes important too. The kids who don't want to learn, they just stay off in their own little world. And sometimes you got to go in there and get into that world and find out what they're interested in. And once you find out what they're interested in, then you'll see them wanting to learn. And that's something that you're going to have to do as a parent. Understanding the benefit of good education. Good education opens doors later on in life. They waste this time now. And kindergarten's when it starts. If they start wasting time and they don't prioritize their education, what kind of job are they going to get later on in life? And there's no time like the present on being better motivated. Developing a work ethic, and one of the things we do with our son, and first thing he does, he gets home, we look at his book bag. If he has homework, you sit down and you do your homework first. Homework goes important to everything else. Once his homework's done, then we get in the option of doing some different things that would be his fun things. Sometimes it's playing video games, sometimes it's running out with the neighborhood kids, or going to the park and riding his bike. It's just going to depend what it is, but we make sure that he knows his homework is first. So we're developing that work ethic. We want it good, hard, and strong. And we know that there's a quiz coming up with a couple spelling words that they've been working on. Well, he knows every night we're going to do the flashcards on these spelling words. And we're building that work ethic because he even will say to us as the parents, hey, I want to do the flashcards tonight. Because to him, it's not work. It's fun. They like doing it. They like the learning. Concentration. That's a big thing with the child. Getting them to learn that skill of, all right, we've got to sit down. It's time to do our work. It's time to focus on what we need to do. The ability to ask questions when your child does not understand something. And that's something that comes with a little bit of confidence, because with some children, they think when they ask a question, it makes them look dumb. They don't have confidence in it. Other kids will ask a billion questions because they just want to know that the world's open to. And we had a great experience with our son. We went to the National Zoo. We're walking around there, and the volunteer was there with the cheetah skull. And our son asked about 25, 30 questions about the cheetahs, the cheetah skull, and all the different stuff. And at one point, the volunteer was like, put your hand in here, and he kind of clamped down. He didn't put any pressure on my son's hand, but he got to feel what the teeth were like. so interested. But he's asking these questions, and we're just kind of sitting back watching him do this as he's learning. He's taking it all in, and as we walk through the park, he starts retelling the story from, hey, Dad, did you know a cheetah has got a bite of 70 pounds of pressure, and this is what the volunteer had said to him. So it's a good way for a child, and this is a big one, because if they can get this questioning going on, a child will learn that they can ask questions to get answers, and they'll keep using that skill as they go on. And when they learn that, hey, I don't know something, then they know, all right, here's the way for me to learn new stuff. So thanks. These are some skills. Like I said, we're going to do some other skills. We're going to do some in preschool and some in needed for kindergarten. We're going to add to this. So this might be labeled, number kindergarten 11, I think, or 12. We'll have others that add additional skills, and there'll be things like scissors and learning how to hold the pen or the pencil and fine motor skills. Well, we'll talk about them in a bit. So thanks for coming by. Look for other Lighthouse products. Please click on the link below and sign up for our email list. By signing up, you're going to receive access to 4 free webinars, and good luck in reaching all your educational goals.